5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3, and 10. Check results. You remember?
Yo, it's a day, it's a day, and I'm here again on the day, and last time you heard this beautiful succulent voice, it was yesterday, and now it's the day after that one. Yeah. I think I wore this jumper yesterday. Maybe I wore it the day before that as well. I don't know. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. Maybe I don't know anymore. As you know, I've been trying to learn French. I'm still not learning it, so that's that. This is a podcast day, by the way, where it's in the name. It's basically a podcast a day, and this is, I think, number 43 now, which is cool. I guess if I was the age of 43, I guess that would make it cooler. It would have some sort of meaning. As you can see, it's been another L of a day, and that's not me speaking with a Cockney accent. I'm saying it's been one L of a day. No, it still sounds like speaking in a Cockney accent. I'm not saying it's been one hell of a. I'm not L like it's been an L day. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I am saying. I'm not trying. I am literally saying it. It's been an L. Yeah, man. Yeah. But you gotta sit through the clouds if you want the rainbow. Is that it? You gotta weather the storm if you want the residuals, basically. You can't have a sunshine. Whoa. Is that the phrase? You can't have a bit of sunshine without a little rain? Because if so, that's not true. Tell that to Africa. And not just Africa. There's plenty countries. Any country pretty much along the equator. I'll have you know. It's not always just Africa. I'll have you know. But yeah, Africa. That being said, why is the Amazon rainforest? That's like on the equator, isn't it? But it's like it rains there. Wow, this is riveting stuff. Yeah, man, it's just God. I just can't explain. Every day is the exact same. It's just the same every day, man. Every day, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I just watched Chelsea. We didn't lose, to be fair. We drew 0-0, and it's like, I know it means the same thing, but 0-0 is just such a fuck you. It's such a it's like if we drew like 2-2. All right, at least I got something to take. I feel like 0-0 feels like such a waste of your time. All the new players are out there. We still struggle to get chances. To be fair, obviously it's going to take a while for them to bed in. But it's just kind of like what I said. People think all of a sudden you take a player out and you put in these £100 million players, all of a sudden things are going to change. It's not going to just change. We've seen us put in £100 million players before. Things don't just change, right? We're in a bit of a weird world right now, and we've got to get through it. Don't really just feel like rambling on about football though. It's more the same. It's more that I support a team. The team's not doing great for various reasons, and disagreeing with other people who also support this team. That's basically all it is. Yeah, today's a Friday though. Then Saturday, Sunday. What? I mean, some of the F1, Formula One cars. We can do a bit of Formula One now because Formula One's coming up now. Formula One. That was me trying to say it in a more exciting mood. Formula One. It's back soon. March. Like I think the first race. I think I checked the other day for something. I think the first race is March the 19th, a Sunday, I believe. Well, it's always a Sunday. And it's at like Bahrain or Abu Dhabi or like one of them places. And some of the teams have been starting to reveal their liveries. I think so far we've had Haas and Red Bull. Oh, and I think Alfa Romeo as well. Here's a little rundown of these liveries so far. Red Bull is the same as every year, which is a perfectly fine livery. It's non-offensive. They've got their branding down and they kind of just stick to it every year. It's fine. It looks how it does every year. Because of that, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Or but it's not because it's the same though. It feels like Ferrari could just find a car design that was good in the past and just do that every single year, but they don't. Well, they kind of do this to red car, but you know what I mean. I picked a bad example. Red Bull. It's all right. It's just fine. If you watch Formula One, all right. I think we've also had Alfa Romeo, which I think that's like their official livery, and that's not just like a special thing. Dog shit. Horrible. It looks like a gun skin in like COD. Are they called skins or camos or something? It looks like a wrap for your gun in like Call of Duty. Just like a cheap, crappy little like design that just covers the entire car, like wraps the entire car. Like you're 18 years old, you've just came into a lot of money, or like a millionaire, and you get like a Lambo wrapped in like camo pattern. Or if you're like playing Forza and you like put the whole thing in like wood, if you've ever done that, then it's just lame. Like I think a 14-year-old would find it sick, but it doesn't look cool. The colors aren't. I don't like the colors together. And Alfa Romeo are usually a team that's like fine dining, suave, wine, Vienna, like villa, man buns, on the rocks. It's like Alfa Romeo. It's kind of got that about it, and they usually have like a quite. I never find them that nice. Well, they are nice, but it's just I find them. They're not. I'm not really that. That's not really my style. But they're like suave and cool and like, good. Generally speaking, good is what I'm trying to say. And this year they've just went for like this 14-year-old Xbox gamer tag looking skin, and I just think it's crap livery. What can I say? Not a fan. Worst one. And then has to have a good livery. I need to sneeze. I just itched my nose. Wait, do I need to? Okay, no, I'm good. Yeah, I think. Shit. Wait, what was I talking about? Alfa Romeo. Oh yeah, and then Haas, good. I think that's the best one we've had so far. I'd give it like an 8, 7 or 8. For what Haas is and stuff, and I'm not like a Haas fan, so I'd probably never give Haas a 10. It's like white, red, and black or whatever. It's just, it hasn't really got the potential for me to ever be like crazy high. Although actually, yeah, it probably could. I don't know. Red isn't really my thing. Anyway, it's really nice. Tom of F1, he's like a Formula One YouTuber, also like graphic designer, and he always like redoes liveries and stuff. And like, no offense to Tom, I was gonna say I love Tomo, but it's like I don't love him. I don't know the man. He makes good content and he seems like a nice man, so that's what I will say about him. But I always feel like people go to like graphic design school and they're like graphic designers, although they're like good at graphic design and they've got the degree in it. I feel like something about it, like you go to the school and they just teach you everything in a regimented certain way, and it's kind of like I feel like graphic design is just the least arty of everything. Like of every art form there is in the world, graphic design just feels the least arty, like the least creative is what I'm trying to say, because it just feels like regimented. Like things can't be like this because of legibility, and this isn't that readable, and this isn't that, and it's just like just make what looks nice, like to make a cool creative design that looks fresh and nice, and all this other stuff like legibility. And I think this should be here. Basically he redesigned the house. He does it for all the cars, not just the ones he thinks are bad, and also he didn't think it was bad, but anyway, he redesigned it. I just thought that's like nowhere near as cool looking as the original, mate. Like, why would you do that? And all the reasoning was just nothing for like looks purpose. Well, I guess there were. I skimmed through the video, but it's always just mainly stuff like this sponsor would look better here for legibility. It's just like, what's cool though? Like ultimately, I don't care where I put the sponsors. I'm putting them in the cool looking places, not the best places that are most readable. Like at the end of the day, they're not sponsors for my companies. Like I don't care if people can't read them. They're just on the card to look cool for me. Like if this big money brand wants to pay me a lot of money to put it wherever I want, I'm gonna put it where I want. Like I don't care if it can be read. But yeah, those are all there from cars and stuff. I'm like a McLaren fan, but am I though? I think I just like McLaren because Lando Norris drives there. And realistically, if he didn't, because I'm not really like I only got into Formula One like a few years ago. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a team that I've had since a kid, and I just like I love this team and whatever. Got into it through drivers and stuff, so it's not really the same thing. Oh, is that the dog again? Doing the same thing. Oh, yep, it's the dog.
Oh, you're making this a common occurrence, aren't you, dog? I don't know. I'm not saying your name. Get in. Get in. Why are you walking so slow? Honestly, mate, you drive me nuts. You know what? It's annoying because you were here, honestly, like 5 seconds ago. Like 5 seconds ago, and you asked to leave. You did that. That's on you. That was your decision, and now you're back, and it's just like, why? I don't know. It just feels disingenuous. Anyway, that's Formula One. That's what's going on in that world. We'll wait to see what McLaren's got going on when they come out. I feel like McLaren's got potential for a nice looking car. Is there a new like team in the league? It's like Audi or something. I don't know. I feel like Williams. They could either have the ugliest car in the grid or the nicest. I'll say Williams, McLaren got potential for a nice car. And not Ferrari, it's always just boring. Aston Martin have potential, but I just don't think they'll live up to it. So yeah, I'll say those three. Alpine, not for me. I don't like what Alpine usually do. Another thing, actually, here's something. Architectural Digest. You know, where you watch a celebrity prance about their mansion, and they just sort of tell you about it. They're just sort of like, as you know, I'm rich and famous. You would know that, obviously, because you know who I am, and therefore I am obviously rich. And they're gonna, you want to look around my house, I'll show you around, and they sort of show you around their huge, barren, but expensive home, full of minimal furniture. And the furniture they do have, very uncomfortable looking, very rich though, very expensive, very uncomfortable looking, and sort of sporadically placed furniture, usually just like like little artwork statues that, like, it's the type of stuff that, like, they didn't pick it out. They weren't out traveling the world or whatever on a thing and thought, oh, that looks really nice, I want to get that in my home and put it like on the side. It's like, it's always like Vincenzo De Farley, some like random man. It's like, oh, our house was they always got to give a shout out as if the guy needs it, like this multi-millionaire like builder, as if he needs your shower and architectural. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. I forgot the name I said. Ralfonso Diccenzi designed this place, and oh my god, we just love what he picked out. He actually picked out this marble statue. It was his piece de resistance, and yeah, we just really love it. It really brings them together. It's like, it's all this like just ideas of a madman who's just been let loose with loads of cash, who's like not only built, like, it's one thing building the home and knocking the walls down and stuff, that's fair enough, but like, I don't like expect the people who come in to build my house, like the architects and stuff who are like putting up the walls and shit, to also be deciding the furniture. But in these rich people's houses, it's so often the case. And let's be honest, they probably barely live in there. They've got some little cottage off the south coast or somewhere where they really live. But you see a few that actually look nice, and even if you don't love them all the way through, at least they look livable. You know, they look like they're actually housing people. Like, a lot of these people in Architecture Digest, they've got children, they've got kids, and it's like, I don't imagine kids actually living in this home, this cold, empty house with like a bunch of these sharp edged chairs and tables so they can just bang all of their newly grown teeth out of. Like, bedrooms, it just, no. People, surely not. But I saw David Harbour's one, and look, let me be honest. Obviously, it was in New York. Why is that obvious? But let's be honest. There was a room with tiger print carpet and a matching tiger print sofa. But that being said, I admired this house, similarly to Troye Sivan's house, because it actually didn't feel like a house. It didn't feel like a rich person's mansion. It felt like a rich person's home. And I quite liked it, and all the quirks, anything that was kind of weird, felt like it was weird for them, and it was picked by them, and there was actual designs they wanted and things they've always wanted and things they liked. And when they sat there and said, oh, this is the room we chill and play games in, I believed him. When he sat here and said, oh, look, the kids will come and jump all the shopping on the table here while I'm cooking here, doing the homework on here, it's like, I believed them. And also, actual good design features I liked, like the bedroom was tiny. it was like big enough pretty much just for a bed to be in there, and there was no windows in the room either, and it was like they had these sliding doors, and it was just cool. It was a good idea. Like the bedroom was a place literally only for sleep. And Hawky Pawky, they have got 2 kids. Just to be clear, that's how they made the kids, not with the you know, I just want, you know. But yeah, I thought that's actually a cool idea. Like, and obviously they had like outside of that tank or bedroom, like a nice bigger space where there was like a little sofa and stuff, and then like obviously their walk-in wardrobes were, you know, able to walk in, which just describes how big they were. But like it's true, like the bedroom was a place where you walk in and then immediately there's a bed, 2 little lamps on either side, and you sleep in there, and that's all the bedroom's for. And I kind of like that. You know, I noted it down for if I'm ever rich and rich. Yeah, it's sad because I actually genuinely feel like that is actually kind of a cool idea. So well done, architecture. Well done, celebrities. You're 2 for like 1,000 right now in terms of actual good homes. I think there was a couple other ones. I think Thing had a decent spot in LA. I can't really remember it, but I feel like it was alright. I feel like Seth Rogen's wasn't bad. It's just that every single thing in there was about weed, and it was just so predictable. It's like, mate, come on, you gotta get another personality trait going on in there. It's like, oh my, I can't do his voice, but it's like, oh, it's my weird, toilet seat cover. That's like kind of how he laughs. Everything was just like weed. Big tall guy, Euphoria. What's wrong with you? What's his name? What's his fucking name? I worked on a thing and it... Oh my god, it's actually gonna kill me. Big tall guy, Euphoria, Nate Jacobs. He plays Nate Jacobs. It doesn't even matter if I know what his name is, but I just wanna... I'm Googling. Oh, I rarely do this. I rarely will sit down and... Jacob Elordi! There we go. I knew it as well. I knew that would work. I tricked myself. Because I knew if I got up and like got ready to type it in, it would come to me like that. And it did. So yeah, Jacob Elordi. He had quite a nice spot. Seemed like quite the vibey place. And I saw, here's another thing actually. God, I love when stuff like this happens. It just links and stinks and you get a little chain of things going on. I saw like someone posted on Twitter because James Gunn was talking about how he's making all these new DC films and people are gastric because people love DC and finally want to see a good DC film in their lifetime. I'm not talking about ones that aren't really in the DC world, like the Batman and Dark Knight stuff. I'm talking about actual like little DC multiverse films or whatever. And it was described, there was one film with Superman who's like going to be him around 25, and then the guy was like, oh, the tweet was, oh, apparently Superman's going to be like 25. That means all these actors could play him, and it was like terrible fan casting. So one of them was like, well, this is the thing. People will quote tweeting it saying, thank God you're not the casting director. These are awful. These are just random, like mid-20 white people who don't fit the role. Most of these people are, is Superman meant to be tall? I feel like it. Most of these people are skinny and 5'7". Not good shouts. It was people like Tom Holland, Timothy Chalamet. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, like I feel like each of them could, maybe less so Tom Holland, because I don't think, I just feel like it'd just be weird. But like, I feel like Timothy Chalamet was obviously he's a good actor, to have his own kind of spin on Superman that would at least be interesting to some people. Like it'd be at least be interesting. But in like Henry Cavill was just Superman, you know what I mean? So there'd be a lot of growth from it to get from Timothy Chalamet's build to that, which apparently was no steroids, which apparently it looked freaking insane in the video I saw. But yeah, I was like, Tom Holland, Chalamet, kid who play, I say kid, he's like probably 30. Guy who plays, he's in like the Maze Runner films, and I don't know his name because I've not seen any of them, but I know he's in the Maze Runner films. He's in like Love and Monsters and stuff, and everyone loves him and thinks he's, well, you know, people just love him. Him, if you know who he is, Jacob Elordi. I have to say his name like that every time. I don't know why. There was more people in there. The kid, the like Archie guy from Riverdale. What did you just know? You can't just do fan casting based off
people who kind of look right. They also got to be like the right kind of, you know, acting profile. But I actually think Jacob Elordi, basically, he was one of the names in there, and I don't think he should write the whole thing off. I actually think he'd be decent at it. 25-year-old Superman. I feel like be all right for him. Although I think he's trying to do different types of roles now. He's trying to do more like, you know, not like big budget stuff. I don't know. I like. How do I say this? I don't know. I just don't think he's looking for that path. He's looking for more maybe acclaim from others. I don't know. I just want to stop now. I'm tired. I just want to stop. I've struggled through this one today. But hey, we're at 20:45, so that time actually went pretty quick. But yeah, I just feel so tired, like fatigued, even though I've done fuck all. I don't think I've left this room maybe other than to piss. But yeah, I'm just like very tired right now. But yeah, I think this is 43. So see you at 44.
Here with the kids, and I got 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. Like,